Shibuya Incident is the sixth arcade in the Jujutsu Kaisen manga and will be featured in JJK Season 2, but what do fans need to know before watching? The viewers must have heard about Shibuya in Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. The information could have been nothing more than a passing dialogue for non-manga fans. However, the tragic incident is the core of this incredible story by Gege Akutami. Saturo Gojo first mentioned the place when he, Mahito, and other curses were planning on how to defeat Saturo Gojo. This was when Gojo revealed that the only way to get rid of the strongest sorcerer in the world was to seal him, and it will happen on October 31st at Shibuya. The Shibuya Incident Arc is the longest one in the manga and covers a whopping 58 chapters. It all starts with the events of Season 1 when Gojo begins to doubt that there's a mole within the school. Later, it would be Kokichi Muta or Mekamaru who would reveal his betrayal to the Jujutsu Sorcerers. He made a binding vow with Mahito to heal his body with Mahito's idol transfiguration technique in exchange for information. Of course, Gojo had his doubts, that's why he assigned Yuji, Megumi, and Nobara with Yutahime to investigate Kokichi and confront him. However, when the gang arrives at the room where Kokichi is supposedly being held, they find it empty. Kokichi is revealed to be at another location where he meets with Gojo and Mahito, but a fight breaks out between them. Kokichi summons the ultimate Mekamaru mode, Absolute, to counter Mahito. The two engage in a lengthy battle where Kokichi reveals his secret techniques, proving that he was a powerful sorcerer after all, but he misplaced his loyalty and trust in the wrong people. Even though it seemed that Kokichi had the upper hand, he couldn't stand against Mahito and Gojo. The whole affair was only to check the capability of the new screen Gojo, and the gang had been working on. After the demise of Kokichi comes the fateful day of October 31st. Gojo chose this day because it's Halloween, which means that the more people on the street, the more negative energy they tend to produce. It is said the curses become stronger the more people express fear, such as on holidays like Halloween. Gojo commences his plan by casting a gigantic screen around Shibuya, trapping the civilians, which sends the people into a panic. Takuma, Nanami, and Megumi are sent to investigate the commotion, but surprisingly, the people start to demand that Saturo Gojo be sent in. Almost all the sorcerers are sent to Shibuya on standby, but they all wonder who told people about Gojo and whether this whole facade is just for him. When things start to get tense, Gojo finally arrives at the station in Shibuya, only to be greeted by Choso, Hanami, and Jogo. At this point, almost everyone can sense that Gojo is not here to settle things. Even though the curses think that they are at an advantage of having humans as hostages, there's something in Gojo that just snaps. After being mocked by the curses that he was running away, Saturo Gojo kills off Hanami in cold blood. However, while running after Jogo, the blue-eyed sorcerer received the biggest shock of his life. Although Gojo's 6 eyes gives him enhanced senses and brain power, a moment of weakness leads to his demise. Seeing an old friend who should have been dead, Gojo gives himself away, just for a moment, which is enough for Gojo to activate the prison realm. The unimaginable happens, and Saturo Gojo is sealed.